We good, Cole?
Yeah, we're good.
Are we back?
Back.
All right, so I really shouldn't be playing with the phone here. Let me get something queued up here for the next one. All right. I'm your host, BKP. Oh, no, I look up and it's a fake news invasion. Wow. Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Rex Tillerson. Show the picture of, show my Rex Tillerson, the whole gang. Sam Nunn. Now, Sam Nunn, I'm just going to do this from memory, so text me if I'm wrong, which very seldom happens. Every once in a while. That is Mr. Rex Tillerson there in the center. And isn't it interesting? To the left would be Sam Nunn, and to the right, Ted Cruz, right? So he's got Sam Nunn and Ted Cruz. Show me the other one with the whole cast there yesterday. There it is. There's Bob Gates, Sam Nunn. Now, Bob Gates and Sam Nunn are my opinion, to lead, to give credibility to the fact that Tillerson, they're showing support, that Tillerson will defer to them and allow them to help him on the world stage. We don't have time to dig into Bob Gates, Council of Foreign Relations, League of Nations, all the above, and we don't have time to dig into, I think it is GE, check it out, GE Westinghouse, the Iran deal with Sam Nunn. Just look it up, Sam Nunn, Iran deal, GE Westinghouse. Put that in, Sam Nunn, GE Westinghouse. I think he was on the board. Put my picture back up. Get my picture back up there. So check it out. I think he was on the board of GE Westinghouse, and he was. We had. So you put two up there. So you just got it all covered. I like that. Good move there. Good move there. So he's GE Westinghouse, Iran sanctions, doing business, outsourcing job. Put that. Sam Nunn. All right. What was he? He was the chair of the Armed Services Committee for years. Quality guy, but check him out. So anyhow, they're supposed to be lending the stability, and I don't want these pictures to go for a minute. And then who's on the end there? I can't forget the white-haired guy. You'd think I would remember anybody with a white-haired guy. And then we have Ted Cruz, okay? So Ted Cruz, so you got conservative. They're showing a conservative watchdog group there. You got world guys that are out there in the world, Democrats, everybody. I want to remind all of you as you're watching Rex Tillerson's hearings and when you're watching Little Marco. Who needs Democrats when you got Little Marco? Now, I'm gonna play this video of yesterday. But I want to remind everyone that's listening this morning, whether you support Rex Tillerson. Now, I got in a lot of trouble. When I mean trouble, I had more attacks when I did a segment. If you go to our YouTube page, FYN TV YouTube, and you subscribe, I'd like for you to subscribe. I did a segment asking why Trump supporters, Donald Trump supporters, were not scrutinizing Rex Tillerson a little closer. And man, the Trump supporters came out and just let me have it, all right? So I've looked at this. But what I want you to take into consideration as you watch this video, we are replacing, let's get real, folks. We are replacing Circus Clown Bicycle. He has a bicycle act, as Circus Clown does, at John Kerry, okay? Crooked criminal, can't get in the van without help, Hillary Clinton, okay? So we are replacing these criminals. A criminal. Well, criminals, Clinton Foundation is a crime team. It's a whole team, okay? They have a seniority and so forth. And then you have John Kerry. That's who we're replacing. Please just remember that's who we're replacing. Please remember with Jeff Sessions who we're replacing. We're replacing Eric Holder, okay? We're replacing Loretta Lynch. So the list goes on. Now, show this video. This is Little Marco inserting how important he is to the world after losing. He becomes senator again. You remember now, I like Marco. Let's not get into the Little Marco. I like Little Marco, but remember, he wouldn't run for Senate. He was running for president. So he doesn't make it as president. He runs right back because he's a career politician. I mean, why hang a shingle up and ask people for a retainer and and be an attorney when you're a career politician. You started Miami City Council, right out of school, right? Member of Miami City Council, check it out, little Marco. Then he goes to the State House over in Tallahassee, and then he gets anointed. That's the way it works. Career politicians, they get anointed, and he ran for Senate as a Tea Party darling, and then he got in the Gang of Eight, and he stabbed conservatives in the Tea Party in the back with amnesty. The list goes on, bada bing, bada boom. So he's back in Senate because that's his career. He's going after, you're going to see on the left of my screen here, you're going to see Marco Rubio, career politician, going after somebody that comes from the capitalist world, or a business world. They don't understand it. Play the video here, Cole.
Based on all this information and what's publicly in the record about what's happened in Aleppo and the Russian military, you are still not prepared to say that Vladimir Putin and his military have violated the rules of war and have conducted war crimes in Aleppo.
Now, those are very, very serious charges to make, and I would want to have much more information before reaching a conclusion. I understand there is a body of record in the public domain. I'm sure there's a body of record in the classified domain. And I think in order to deal with a serious question like this,
Mr. Tillerson, what's happened in Aleppo is in the public domain. The videos and the pictures are there.
Fully informed before advising the president.
Well, I encourage you. There is so much information out there about what's happened in Aleppo, leaving the Chechen issue aside. What happened there is clearly documented as well. There's so much information out there. It should not be hard to say that Vladimir Putin's military has conducted war crimes in Aleppo, because it is never acceptable, you would agree, for a military to specifically target civilians, which is what's happened there through the Russian military. And, I find it discouraging, your inability to cite that, which I think is globally accepted. Mr. Tillerson, do you believe that Vladimir Putin and his cronies are responsible for ordering the murder of countless dissidents, journalists, and political opponents?
I do not have sufficient information to make that claim.
Are you aware that people who oppose Vladimir Putin wind up dead all over the world, poisoned, shot in the back of the head? And do you think that was coincidental, or do you think that it is quite possible, or likely, as I believe, that they were part of an effort to murder his political opponents?
Well, people who speak up for freedom in regimes that are repressive are often at threat, and these things happen to them. In terms of assigning specific responsibilities, I would have to have more information. As I indicated, I feel it's important that in advising the president, if confirmed, that I deal with facts, that I deal with sufficient information, which means having access to all information. And I'm sure there's a large body of information that I've never seen that's in the classified realm. I look forward, if confirmed, to becoming fully informed, but I am not willing to make conclusions on what is only publicly available or have been publicly reported.
None of this is classified, Mr. Tillerson. These people are dead. Political opponents are dead.
Your question was people who were directly responsible for that. I'm not disputing these people are dead.
There's no dispute, Mr. Tillerson. These people are dead. There's no dispute they're dead, Mr. Tillerson. Now, little Marco, were you talking about Russia, or were you talking about, who is that guy that died on a park bench? Vince Foster. Or are you talking about Ron Brown, where his plane ran out? Who the hell forgot to fuel up Brown's plane? There's another one. Guy's dead, but let's write this down as an error. We need to go all the way till the arrow goes on the full line so we don't have a plane crash and somebody related very closely to the Clintons ends up dead. Mr. Tillerson, do you realize people that oppose Vladimir Putin are dead? Vladimir's a murderer. Do you realize that, sir? Do you understand, Mr. Tillerson, that Vladimir is a murderer and people that oppose him end up dead? Let's see. Mr. Tillerson, are you aware that people that oppose Hillary Clinton, there's mystery surrounding? Have you ever looked up the website that has the whole list of names? State Police, Arkansas, this, that, Vince Foster. Oh, Seth. Now, I'm not saying, just saying, Seth Rich. Where's Seth? Get me Seth up there. You should be right on the trigger. Don't get on the trigger. We got to be careful with our words around here, okay? Don't get on the trigger or anything. Be careful with that, Cole. But, hey, war crimes. War crimes. Interesting. In Aleppo. You know, the good news is Tillerson knew where Aleppo... There's Seth Rich. Let's not forget Seth. Let's just put Seth up there, okay? Shot in the back twice on his way home in Washington, D.C. A former... The only reason he's former is because he's dead. He's the former DNC staffer walking home one night in a pretty decent neighborhood of D.C. Pap, pap, in the back. Watch is still on, wallet.
No cameras caught anything?
No cameras, nothing. Got nothing. It's a cold case file. You're going to see it on some damn TV show. Cold case. In 10 years, take that down. Poor kid and his family, dead. Mr. Rubio, do you realize people that opposed Hillary Clinton end up dead? Holy smokes. Vladimir Putin. I'm not taking up for Putin. I'm not taking up for the hacking. I'm not taking up for any of that. I have no damn Russian shoes, hats, or coats. It's not like I'm shopping at Russia Today, or Today's Man in Russia, or Vladdy's Apparel. I'm not. But the bottom line is, this is supposed to... Marco, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh, yeah, okay. Anyhow, war crimes in Aleppo. Mr. Rubio, you know, please, for the record, at least admit the man knows where Aleppo is, or he has a pretty good staff sitting next to him. Sam Nunn, Gates, Cruz, he actually knows where Aleppo is. He probably has been briefed on the red line in the sand on chemical weapons that Assad used on his people. He's probably been briefed on the details before the Russians got involved in Syria. You remember, sir, you have the red line that the president put in place in Syria. Then you have the Russian involvement. That comes later, sir. Anyhow, the list goes on. All right, anyhow, Rubio, at least he knew where Aleppo was. All right, I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I'm going to give you a brief report. It's not going to be long, so stick with me. Even my national viewers, I want to give a brief report at 9 o'clock here on an update on my Fannin County open records request that I've done. We come back from the break, and let's see, my word of the day. Dossier. Let me go to the Twitter deck. Never go to commercial without Twitter deck. 7 minutes ago. Holy mackerel, we're breaking news. Donald J. Trump, just 7 minutes ago. Thank you to Linda Bean of LL Bean for your great support and courage. People will support you even more now. By LL Bean. Oh my God.
LL Bean, that's jackets, right?
You like LL Bean? Donald Trump just endorsed him. He's endorsing companies. He's telling companies they need to stay. Ed, what happened? Are you upset? And you need to stay. Cybersecurity we're going to talk about. Are you upset that Donald Trump said something about the pharmaceutical industry and their stock went down? Big Pharma, are you upset? I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back. What a day we're having here. Take us a break, Cole.